Today on the channel, we're showing you how to make these guys. These are Berkshire baby back ribs. Trying a new sauce today. They look beautiful. Stay tuned. I'll show you how we do them. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Patio. My name's Jake. You're watching Rum and Cook. Today on the channel, we're knocking out some ribs. Now, these are just not any ribs. These guys are Berkshire ribs. They are a little bit more money, but they are generally more meatier, more tender, more flavorful, and even the color. Like, look at how pink these guys are. They are a great looking rib. Now, what we did 2 hours ago is we took them out of the package. I did this inside, and they were partially frozen, so I defrosted them in some water, and I just flipped them over. We took the membrane off, and you just use a butter knife, and you go towards one bone and get underneath that membrane. You take some paper towel, you take it off, you do them both, and the paper towel just helps you get a better grip. And then what I did is I took 2 tablespoons of fresh ground pepper, did it right before I seasoned them, 2 tablespoons of diamond kosher salt. We mixed it together, we gave it a good shake, and I didn't even use a binder. These were still a little bit moist from being out of the package, and we gave a good coating on both sides. You want to get lots of flavor into this, and then I stuck it in the fridge. So these guys have been in the fridge for a couple hours. That allows the salt and the seasoning to get inside of it, and most importantly, when you put it on your smoker, cold meat will take in more smoke, right? Meat will only take in smoke to a certain temperature, usually around 140 to 160. After that point, it's not going to absorb a lot of smoke. So the colder your meat is to begin with, the more smoke flavor you're going to get into there. So I like to put it in there as cold as possible. Sometimes if I'm going to get crazy, I'll put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes, and that'll just make sure that they're nice and cold. We're using contest blend pellets today, and this is a 50-50 blend of pecan and cherry, and it's mixed with oak. It gives some great flavor on some ribs, and we're cooking at 250 today. That's going to be our temperature. I did pull out the small rack and put it in the big rack. We're going to do these up top inside the smoke where I like to do them. One other thing we're going to do with these guys is we're not going to wrap these guys. We're just going to put them on there. We're going to cook them till they're done. Now, one of the advantages of a pellet grill is your heat source is indirect. So it's off on the left side on the Yoder. We'll put these right in the middle, so you're not going to have to worry too much about the bottom getting burnt. We're going to spray them with 50-50 water, apple cider vinegar, and it's Rum and Cook. We're going to have a little shot of rum in there. That's got some sugar, and it just helps a little bit. It gives a little bit of flavor. You really can't taste too much of it, to be honest, but the sugar just helps with your bark, and we're just going to let them ride until they're done. Super simple. All we're going to do is get the grill fired up. Now that the Yoder's fired up, all we've got to do is get these guys on. Put them on the top rack here. Just like that. Now we want a little bit of an air gap around here so that way the smoke can get around there. And they're done. We're not even going to touch these guys for a good couple hours, and then we'll start spritzing. Now, before I forget, the grease shield giveaway is still going on. If you watch the rust prevention video, you'll learn more about it, but short version is just gotta comment on that video, give it a thumbs up, and someone in the comments, I'm gonna randomize it and I'm gonna ship them a free grease shield for the YS640S. I'll put a link to that video up here. We'll be back when it's time to give them a spritz. It's been an hour and 35 minutes. Let's have a look. Things are looking good. Top's starting to dry out just a little bit now. I originally said I was going to do these at 250, but I forgot that I started a lot later than I expected. So I dialed them up to 275 right away. I wanted to do them at 250, but I just don't have the time. So we're giving these guys a really good spray of 50-50 water, apple cider vinegar, a shot of rum. We're looking good, and we're just gonna let these guys keep rolling. Now right now they're just collecting all that smoke and they're cooking along. We're gonna spray them probably every 45 minutes to an hour now. Just keep an eye on them, keep them juicy. So I know I said I wasn't gonna wrap. I'm running out of time. My goal was not to wrap, but I started about 2 hours later than I wanted to, and I have somewhere I have to be tonight. I gotta wrap. Gotta adapt when you cook. These have been on for about 2 hours and 2.5 hours. Right in that, they're looking really good. And I'd love to leave them the way they are. But time is not on my side, so we're gonna wrap them anyhow. All right, so as you can see, they are looking really good. I mean, they've got some nice color on them. Really happy with how it's looking, but you know, our bones are just starting to pull back. So we've got a little ways to go. We're gonna cheat, we're gonna use some foil, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put these meat side down. And we're gonna turn them around this way. All right, we've got 2 pieces of foil. And before I get too involved now, I'm just gonna kind of make myself a little bit of a catch here, because I am gonna put a little bit of beer in here. Now I like to use beer because it's a little bit sweet. Don't need too much. There's maybe a quarter of a bottle. You can use some apple cider vinegar, you can use some honey, whatever you want. But I've used beer for years and really do like it. And we're trying to wrap these tight, trap that moisture in there. And the tighter you wrap it, the less steaming you're gonna have. And we're gonna put it back in meat side down. All right, so let's do the other one. And again, this one's looking great as well. And you can feel like they're already tender. I just want some pullback on that bone. We'll leave them on the top shelf. I'm gonna dial this guy up to 325. That'll just help us cook a little bit quicker. We're trying to get these done. I'm gonna wrap for about 30 minutes. Then we're gonna bring them out, we're gonna sauce them, and hopefully they'll be good to go within about 15 minutes after that. I'll bring it back when we're ready to sauce them. Been 35 minutes. let's have a look. I got my fingers crossed that we're in good shape here. Time is not on my side. Let's have a quick look here. Whew. There we go. All right, got the bone pulled back. We're looking for, definitely got some flexibility now. They're definitely hot. Super moist. Let's swap spots. Get this guy open. And again, we got some good bone pull back. All right. Ooh. Any other time I'd have gloves on. When you're in a rush, I tend to cut too many corners. Turn this guy over so you can see it. But overall, looking really good. Pretty happy with that. Curiosity, we'll check some temps here. $194. They feel really tender. Here we're about 200. 193, so we're a little 198. We're pretty darn close. Usually around 200, 203, somewhere in there is good. All depends on how you like your ribs. If you want to fall off the bone, you take them beyond that. If you want some right around 200 is good. So I think we're going to be in good shape. We're going to let them sit for maybe 5 minutes or so, just to drop the outside a little bit, and then we're going to put some sauce on it. We'll let them rest and we'll try them out. Been another 10 minutes. We're going to sauce them up. So originally I said I was going to use my tried and true and use the new one, but I'm just going to trust in Cosmos, and we're going to do both of them with his sauce. This is Cosmos barbecue sauce. Try and bring in a little bit there. But this is his original competition sauce. I've never tried it before. I see the guy on Instagram and YouTube and whatnot. Definitely cooks some good barbecue, so we're gonna give his sauce a try. It'll be the first time I've tried a different sauce on my ribs in many, many years. But as you can see, they're looking delicious. Let's grab a glove here and pull them out a little bit. They're definitely looking good. Let's get some sauce on them. Whoa, a little dab will do you here. Now, one of the things I like about the sauce that I normally use is that it's got a really nice color. So we'll see how these turn out. This one's definitely a darker, not as much of a red color. All right, we're just gonna let these tack up for 5, maybe 10 minutes. Then we'll pull them off, we'll let them rust, we'll cut into them and see how we did. Been about 7 minutes, let's get these guys off. They're looking fantastic. Definitely looking pretty damn good if you ask me. As they kind of set it up, the color, I do like the color. They look really good. Anxious to try them. We're gonna let them rest here for about 15 minutes. Again, I've got a little bit of a cooling rack here because I've got an end grain cutting board and we don't want to rest things that are hot on it for too long. Loosely tense so we don't ruin my presentation. I'll be back as soon as we can cut into them. I'm excited. Let's see how we did. Let's push one of these guys off to the side. And we're gonna take this guy right down the middle. Find where the bone is. Beautiful smoke ring. Nice and pink around the outside. See the other side. Beautiful smoke ring. But they look good. They smell good. Let's try one of these guys right here. That's what you're looking for. Nice little bite out of there. Very good. They've got some nice flavor to them. Salt and pepper, it's good. It's a little plain. You know, I wish I'd added maybe a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, maybe a little paprika. If you're a pepper person, these are perfect because the pepper's just popping through it. The sauce is good. It's light, not overpowering at all. It just kind of sits there in the background. We've got a good hint of smoke from our pellets in there, and you know, overall, I'm pretty happy with them. Definitely, I think, you know, I typically always use a rub on my ribs, so I don't use salt and pepper very often, but I wanted to try something different and let the sauce kind of do the talking. And it does do the talking. It is good. Don't know what to tell you. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to eat some before I run out. But highly recommend you give it a try. Next time, we're going to start super early, and I'm going to do unwrapped the entire time. We're going to get through that. But the one thing again about the Berkshire ribs is they've got a lot more meat in them, so highly recommend you give them a try. I'll put a link down below where I got these ones from. I've used them a fair amount of times and I've always had good results, so we'll do that. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Do new videos every weekend. I'll see you soon.